It's Morphin time, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the FanTracks podcast, coming to you from fanboysanonymous.com. I am your host, Tony Mango, and joining me on the panel for this episode is Chris Dace.
Hey, how's it going?
Chris Cheng.
It's morphing time, motherfuckers.
And Chris, no, I'm just kidding. We don't have another Chris here. Sean Walker.
Why do you always rope me into the bad movies? First Captain America and all
You mean
this.
a great movie?
You just got bad taste.
Shit. Hey, it's not. I ain't got bad taste. I got great taste. What are you on about?
You're spoiled. You get the movies first and then you bitch about them.
I got a feeling Sean's at least a little salty when it comes to taste.
Next time he's in town, I want to lick him.
So if you're unaware of what's going down, it's not going to be people licking each other and stuff. It's going to be an audio commentary track that you can listen to while you're watching the same, in this case, movie. Usually we do television shows or any other kind of things like that for different editions of the FanTracks. Kind of like the Smart Announce table if you followed us from the wrestling side of things, although FanTracks came first, so it gets a little priority there. What we like to do here is we like to give you the experience of basically sitting around and bullshitting with your buddies, kind of like a watch party, more so than like a true audio commentary, because none of us actually worked on the film, so we can't be getting all technical about it of like, it was tough to film this scene because none of us are these people. So we're just going to be cracking jokes and having fun and, you know, making fun of the movie and stuff like that, which the movie, if you can't tell, if you can't read, I don't know what's wrong with you, is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. We're preparing for the release of the new movie coming out, the reboot, which actually looks pretty decent overall. And it could be good, it could be bad, I don't know. But we know
Definitely
for
bad.
sure that this one is bad, even though this is from our childhood. And we're going to break down, you know, our memories and stuff like that throughout the whole thing. But we're going to go back all the way down to June 30th, 1995 is when this was released. Just a few days after my 8th birthday. Little Tony. He had no idea how much life would suck back then.
This is the peak of fake karate.
Yeah, it really was. This was at the time frame where I thought that I would get into karate. Watched one karate class that my sister was at, which she didn't stick to it either. And I was just like, nah, don't really want to get hit. Not a big fan of that. But I still had good taste in women back then because the Pink Ranger was my first celebrity crush, and Amy Jo Johnson is still hot in 2017, so some things never change. So what you're going to want to do for this is queue up your DVD or your VHS tape if you still have that, or your Laserdisc or whatever, or your stream, I'm assuming, Netflix or On Demand or whatever like that. And we are going to give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play. And as soon as I say play, that's when you hit your play button on whatever the thing is. We're going to bypass all the FBI warnings and all that. We're going to start off with, I think it's the 20th Century Fox intro. So keep that in mind. It's just the opening. And get yourself ready, set. 3, 2, 1, play. So, yeah, there we go. 20th Century Fox playing in there.
Every time I see
feel like
this
this
logo, I think of Ralph from The Simpsons.
I always think Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like the Lucasfilm
Interesting
thing
fact.
should just pop up after this and stuff.
This was the first movie I ever saw in the cinema.
Really?
Whoa.
Yep.
You know what? I think it might have been my first movie, too.
Age 5.
Definitely not my first movie, because I remember being super pumped to see this. They had like promotional stuff all over the place. I got like the toys from not Nickelodeon, from McDonald's.
I also went to Discovery Zone at the time. They're promoting this movie. You got like a weird
Yeah.
morpher.
Yeah, dude, DZ. That was a great thing back in the day. See, look at that. It is Star Wars. They're giving us a crawl and everything.
Yeah, in space, long ass explanation. It's like, it's weird. Like, they try to make it seem like this is what Power Rangers are for like the fans. It's like they're like rewriting the history of the whole thing right here.
Well, they're being generic enough that it's like, it does still apply. The whole, like, you can call on the Zords and all that other kind of stuff, but they're making it seem like it's like epic. And it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
if
that's
you've
true.
seen this show is so damn cheesy. It's
Well,
fantastic.
I forgot. Whoa, like, did the Power Rangers just die? They just blew up the logo.
R.I.P. Power Ranger.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
scene
there she is.
should have told me when I was 5 years old this movie was going to suck.
Nah, there's the stars right there. Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull, man.
It also didn't make any sense that Bulk and Skull were like blatantly like 40-year-old men bullying like other teens. You know, like another thing is like when I was a kid, I thought like, man, I can't wait to go to high school. Like I'll be like this, and it's not like this. It was never like this. These kids are in high school, by the way, like jumping out of an airplane.
Now, apparently, they are about the same age as each other. 1970 for Paul Schreier, 1974 for Jason Narvey, 1973 for Jason David Frank.
Right, so they're all like 30, I think, at this point.
Even on their fucking parachute outfits, they're wearing the same fucking colors as their fucking morphers.
I mean, it should be a dead giveaway that these 5 friends always wear like Power Ranger colors.
They're just super fans.
But it wasn't a thing yet. Like,
surfs up and he jumps out with a snowboard. Go fucking kill yourself.
Gotcha is hot.
Look at him. Stupid ass.
But why would they be
snowboard.
hanging out with Bulk and Skull?
yeah,
Because Bulk and
it's a
Skull are
charity
cool.
thing. But yeah.
Bulk and Skull don't strike me as charity folk.
Well, it's like a special needs thing where like they mix in the group. You know what I mean? Where it's like you get like the regular kids and you get 1 or 2 like, you know, special members and like you do an event together. But it wouldn't be this. Like, I don't know what school sponsorship would allow this happen. Because, again, teenagers. They're supposed to be like 16, 17?
Yeah.
At most, they're college age at this point. At most.
At most, right.
Even
Well,
though,
think,
of course, they are like, 30.
Right. They're 30-year-olds playing maybe early 20-year-olds in the storyline.
Bulk's got like 3 kids. He's like Kearney from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
God, look at that green screen.
I love the choice, though, too, that it's like the leader, everybody's favorite. He gets a surfboard, too. Like,
Hey, speak for yourself, all right? Tommy will never be my favorite fucking
see,
loser.
you're wrong about that, too.
Hashtag not my leader.
Hashtag not my leader. No, Jason is my leader. Forever Red.
So that's what I liked about the sequel movie, is that Jason shows up and then he's just like an evil guy.
Well, what did you think about the whole idea of replacing Jason with Rocky at one point? Like, did Rocky ever live up to the Red Ranger to you?
No.
I used to like Rocky, but it was more so like, who gives a
God,
shit?
this
Tommy's
little
here,
shit.
you know?
Right, yeah. They might as well not make him a Red Ranger, because I figure like Red Rangers were always like the leader. And then it's like, well, here comes a Special Color Ranger. He's now the new leader. It's like, oh, what? What are the rules?
You know what's funny is like the idea that they took, the Green Ranger gets on the team, they make him the White Ranger, and then he's just the de facto leader.
Yeah.
And then they get rid of Jason and they replace him with Rocky, brand new dude, and they're like, yeah, you're second in command. It's like Billy and Kimberly are sitting there going, the fuck?
Yeah, no seniority. No, it doesn't mean dick to this group.
The racists back in the day were like, well, we're going to make fun of Billy because he's gay, and we're going to say that a woman can't be in charge. And
Yep.
I don't think that cap ever leaves that kid's head. I think it's permanently stuck backwards on it.
they stapled it to the kid. They're like, no, you're in the 90s.
Just super glued it. Like, look at his fucking pants. Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's make sure you have as many colors as possible on that shirt design.
Oh my god, he's wearing a Jordan baseball cap, like a generic surf shirt, and just zigzag pants.
Golf pants.
Goth pants.
Love
Awesome, the Comet. I'm a fucking dork.
Is anybody else irritated that the dad's accent is Australian, but the rest of them talk English?
I did not notice that. I did not notice that. Holy shit.
Oh, he needs to say another line. Let's see. Oh, fuck you.
Fucking stupid goofy laugh, motherfucker. You be the eagle.
Wait, is this event still going on? Because it seemed like that was the finisher, right? Like,
This is the Special Olympics part.
yeah.
And this is when they find Ivan Ooze, isn't it?
You know, it's really, I discovered something, like, you can't jump out of a plane, like, the first few jumps, like, unassisted. You always have to be, like, tied to someone.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
High five.
You know?
Best of friends.
Yeah, and you have like multiple parachutes and stuff.
Yep. And those people didn't look like, Bulk and Skull, like, looked like they never parachuted before, so they're just dead. Like, you just see their bodies hit the ground in the shot.
But they land on the pad, so it's cool. They get the charity money.
Fair
how
play.
did they-
Aisha's got a nice bottom.
Never was a big fan of Aisha, but she was better than Tanya.
Yeah, there was a point in the show
She's
where they
better than
replaced,
Trini. At least,
Well,
at least
no,
she's
Trini
not
was
Pulse.
OG.
Hey.
But I mean, like, there's a point of the show. Some people forgot they replaced one black character with another, and it's like it just was fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, they replaced Trini. Wasn't even a part of the group at the pilot. There was a Hispanic girl.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely different character. Short haired Hispanic girl.
Damn. I haven't seen the pilot episode in a long ass time.
It is so bad. I mean, as bad as like this movie is, and as bad as the TV show is, the pilot is even worse. I wonder if that little propeller helped. I did used to like Bulk and Skull though.
Yeah, they were like weird bullies, like because they weren't like traditional bullies. They like, like they're kind of like your bullies.
They were the kids that would get
like.
bullied.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like nowadays, these kids would be like internet harassed.
Yeah. Well, they'd probably be like 4chan warrior types.
Bulk would be fat shamed till killing himself.
I don't know. In that 2017, it would probably be like, no, body image is great. He's beautiful in every way.
Oh, there's one ugly man Hulk cover.
Rip off a Legend of Zelda.
Let's get a crane in here. Open up this thing. It's not like it looks like it's from Legends of the Hidden Temple or anything.
We should probably get like an EPA person or something. Fuck it. No production gear. Just open it up and we'll breathe it in.
What did those building inspectors just say a minute ago? That's pretty easy to get that up on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it has been sealed for over a millennium.
You ever notice like Zordon also has weird hiding cases, like a trash can, an egg? Like fuck it.
Hey, look, it's Apocalypse.
Yeah, like did he go out of his way to create this like egg with a hand over it, or did Ivan Ooze do that and he just put him in there, or what? Like,
is this where Zoran's hand has been?
That's what, his head's in the tube. His hand was here. You're gonna have like a future series where they just come across a big foot. Oh, he's dead. And they felt the need at the very least. They're like, how do we showcase that these guys are athletic? How about they, I don't know, skydive? And then what? And then, I don't know, rollerblade? Then what? I don't know. Let's have a bike scene. And they're like, we're running out of time. We got to cut that one.
I really wanted one of these communicator watches back in the day.
Nowadays, they could just answer that right on the street and nobody would ask questions.
Yeah,
they just all pull out their phones. Yeah,
they go to this like pervert spot to like answer their watch. How did they not? What plane is not flying through this like valley and not seeing like a mall building out here?
Fair play though. The command center is so much better in the movie than it was in the TV show.
Yeah,
way more lights. Yeah,
fly. Zordon creeped the shit out of me though.
Rangers, what is up?
He adds way more detail to his face, but it's all like the wrong ones. Like, look how many wrinkles he's got. He's got like 2 noses. Like, this makes no sense.
Always had a good voice though.
Oh, I felt like that's just a really good synthesizer that you used on him. Also, like, the crystal pile that Zordon's coming out of, that wasn't in the TV show, right?
No. I like the fact that there's a big, massive crystal pile there, but when they come back, Zordon's just laying in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You can't actually see Zordon there. Even though in the first ever episode he says he's an interdimensional being, and he's not physically there. And yet, he's physically there.
He's physically in that chamber somewhere.
God, I hate this film.
And I love how he classifies Ivan Ooze as an evil beyond imagination. It's like, he really doesn't do anything like that evil in this. I mean, there's like normal people that are worse. Like, why can't the Power Rangers fight John Wayne Gacy and shit, you know? How come they're rollerblading? They should be fighting normal crime.
They should be policing, like, humanity.
Yeah, like this dude.
Who the fuck's the pig?
You go for it, Deez.
He was the guy that they replaced because the other costumes got destroyed or some shit.
The ones that were the evil Bulk and Skull.
Oh, that explains it. Righto.
Like Babu and
Squat. I think
Squat, yeah.
They were totally Bulk and Skull.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was like you have the long, lanky, high-pitched one and the fat one. Like, how fucking scary was Lord Zed, though? Like, that is a villain that could be a villain for anything, and it would seem legit.
I mean,
His brain's even moving in this.
yeah, way more detail, but I'm just feel like if you get like a good rock in his brain, his exposed brain, done, right? Like
It just rains outside, and he's like, I'm in hell.
as I say, like it looks cool because it's like an inside out man, but then you realize that's all muscle and brain tissue, exposed muscle and brain tissue,
Maybe it's not its actual brain. Maybe it's just like
like a helmet.
some kind of like a brain design kind of skin pattern or something.
Maybe.
It's not
She just
smart.
fingered Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze.
Man, look at this advanced
God,
CGI.
look at the CGI. God, this film has not aged well.
CGI sucked back then.
Yep. There he is, Apocalypse. See?
Hello, my children.
Learning. You know who I used to think that this was when I was a kid? The dude from Everybody Loves Raymond. And Young Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
I forget too.
Something Boyle.
Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
I thought it was him for the longest time. He's like, oh yeah, that fucker.
Oh shit, it's the Undertaker.
Bong. They should have slaughtered this pig. Had a scene where all the kids are having like a cookout. They've got it on a spit roast.
Do we have to start on the spit roast pig again? Damn, I was hungry earlier on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take that, Zed.
I think at this point they're married, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, right?
Yeah.
They had that Jewish wedding, which was like,
That
okay,
was class.
Lord Zed is Jewish. Not that I'm like, just wouldn't have thought that would have been happening on an alien planet.
It's like I really don't agree with the thing, but it's more of like a tradition in my family.
Teenagers.
I say it like that way too when I talk about teenagers these days.
Yeah.
Like in
It's
my
pretty bad
car.
when you start identifying with like Zed and stuff.
Yeah.
This is where we get the morphin sequence backwards. God, I fucking hate this.
Backwards?
Yeah, they do it. Dinosaurs to mammals, whereas in the show it used to go Tommy first, then Adam, then Billy, then Pink, then Yellow, then Red. It's all backwards in this. It's fucking stupid as fuck.
Really, there was an order, like an animal order.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Morphological.
Just pulls on his pants.
God, acting. Galactically challenged.
It'd be great if they did like a different version of this was rated R, and it's like they call me Ivan Ooze instead of, well, pack your bags. It's like, well, fuck off.
I would love to see a gritty Power Rangers be that kind of like real teen talk. Like, okay, like these are supposed to be like teens with attitudes. They would not use any of these family-friendly terms.
These teens don't have any attitude compared to actual teenagers.
With attitudes, yeah, no.
I was a teenager with attitude, and look at me, still stuck in this crappy country.
I mean, did you try skateboarding and fighting Ivan Ooze?
I skateboarded.
Did you reach the higher ground?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Did you fight these dreadlock alien goose monsters? Like, I always as a kid was just like, did he just make like purple black people? Like, look, he just made like a reggae gang. Like, this is what like reggae band looks like.
What do you mean, what are we going to do? Your whole existence is
I saw a
karate.
backflip. Some fucker's got to do a backflip, right?
Tommy's the only one that's like, yeah, I'll just stand up here and fight instead of...
It's like, why are we retreating? Just kick ass.
right.
Here comes the greatest song ever.
This is his nightmare?
I know this wasted energy.
Dude, you
Okay,
should love this scene. It's all puns.
Oh, see, that's one of the reasons why I probably liked it as a kid. Well,
Okay,
I'm
so
not saying
are
that
you
for
in
the case
that
of makeup.
philosophy of Power Rangers that like they also are superhuman, like ever since they got their morphers? Like I know like the new movies doing that where they're actually like powered up like all the time now.
Makes sense.
But I'm the philosophy where like they need their super suits to basically have like super strength and everything else. But I mean, this was like I thought they were just like without their power, without their suits, they're just normal kids with basic karate skills.
See, I always looked at it this way. If they were normal without that, they are complete idiots for not ever just transferring over to their powers every time that they get a chance to. Because, like, even the Putty Patrol, they can usually fuck them up pretty good. And it's like, well, wouldn't you just, turn into the Power Rangers and just beat them in like 10 seconds?
Yeah, see that's the thing where it's like they tried their best as normal people for the first few minutes, but then it's like we have to power up because we need our powers.
Of course, the whole obvious real reason was the Japanese footage and stuff, but
Right, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a show that reused the same exact Megazord sequence every episode.
Saban was a crafty ass businessman. All he did was pay maybe like $30 for like footage, and then he just
Right.
made episodes after episode with recycled footage.
At least their morphers look cool in this, considering
What's
their
up with that
their
angle with
colours.
Rocky, though? It looked like they told him to, like, put his head back or something.
And
They caught him off
so
guard.
you can't see his gap in his teeth. I always wondered as a child, right? Because when Zack morphed, right, he regained his finger. So I was always thinking, when Rocky morphed, does it fix his teeth?
He regains his finger. I didn't know about the whole finger thing until a couple years ago.
I didn't know that until I met him in person at like Philadelphia Comic Con.
Wait, what's wrong with his finger?
He doesn't have a finger. The guy.
Well, he does have a
This
finger.
is
He
his middle
has
finger.
9.5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the original Black Power Ranger is missing like his ring finger,
His middle finger.
middle finger. Okay.
Middle?
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, he can't flip off the bird.
Those suits look so much better, though.
Oh yeah.
They actually look better than the ones that we have in the movie that's coming out now.
Yep.
It's practical. That's why I liked it, and it's really sad what to see. Like, did you ever see like where they are now? Like all the suits, they're scattered in like different Planet Hollywoods.
Really?
Yeah, there's two in Disney World. It's like the Yellow Ranger and the Pink Rangers, and they did not take care of them. Like it's like they're all like torn and they're like shredding naturally. It's really disheveled.
Oh, they're probably easy as hell to make, so.
Even the command center looks better in this than it does in the new movie.
Now, what are your thoughts on Alpha? I know a lot of people are like real love it or hate it when it comes to Alpha.
I haven't got a problem with Alpha. I've always liked Alpha. Alpha in the new movie looks like a fucking pregnant alien. And he's not a pregnant alien, he's a fucking robot.
I always wondered why Zordon and all his power made Alpha like waddle. Like it doesn't look like if you made Alpha run, he would run well. Like he always looks like he has two asleep legs. So it's just like, is that cruel? Like Zordon could just fix that if he wants to, but he chooses not to. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird.
The only time
Alpha, you're my bitch.
the only time I hated Alpha was in Power Rangers in Space, because they changed the voice actor for him.
Well, that was on Alpha 5. That was Alpha 7.
Wasn't he a gangster, too?
Really?
Could have sworn there was like a gangster alpha.
That might have been Alpha 6 because they skip it. They don't mention what were the other alphas because this is Alpha 5. What happened to 1 to 4? Shh, we don't talk about that.
He's
waddling off in
he's
a
really
different way.
doing the fucking robot well though. But then look at him, he's just jigging to the dance.
Why did Zordon just look like he was mildly displeased right then?
I
was like,
thought he was
"Ah,
having an
man."
orgasm.
I just reorganized.
You figured like
This shit.
he would have way more security and defense besides Alpha. Like put a gun in the room or like another
Yeah.
robot.
This scene also annoyed me. With the changing helmets. They never had the changing helmets back in the fucking TV show.
Well, they
I thought
didn't
that was
fight
cool,
a lot
though.
in the dark. If you know, look in the TV show, they didn't really fight at night.
Nah.
So this is the
But,
first time you really see like a night fight.
I thought that was cool about this, though. I was like, damn, they should have that in the TV show. Just incorporate it in later. Like, make it a brand new upgrade or something, you know?
Well,
Although
only
she
she
barely
has it,
does.
right?
That does a lot of fucking.
Yeah, it's like
light.
no light whatsoever.
That's as powerful as like my cell phone. Like,
Rocky has a built-in sensor in his helmet. It's just fucking stupid.
but it's weird. You know, it's cool though. Is that like in the TV show they didn't have to stalk the monsters. Like here, it's just like it's a horror movie, kind of like chasing things in the shadows. So it's like this is a totally different direction right now. Oh, don't forget they have guns. By the way, they just don't use them.
Yeah, those little gun sword combo things.
Like I'll just be walking with that gun like a pistol. Like they don't really use them. And I mean, yeah, just start walking around with the guns. Don't use karate.
Yeah, instead they're walking around with their hands up.
Like they're ready to throw down.
Let's power up. They're not doing anything.
They're turning into Super Saiyans. That's what it means.
Bay. So that's one thing that's bugging me about this new movie is that Jason and Kimberly are
Kim
going to be
get
a couple.
together. Yeah, fucking stupid, right?
Not a fan.
I mean, until like a Tommy character shows up, and then she's kind of like, "Well, time to move on," and like,
That's got to be. They got to do a sequel with that.
And the sad thing is, the Yellow Ranger's the hotter Ranger of the two as well, which
Out
is
of the new
unusual.
one?
the new
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Debatable. They're both cute, but
But that's the problem. See, like that's like it's our modern day equivalent of everyone has to be cute. Well, in this version, they're just kind of like, okay, do you know a little bit of gymnastics? All right, cool, put the suit on.
yeah. Although they've had some really good looking Power Rangers over the years.
They got better, yeah. They did.
Trini
but
wasn't bad looking. And
she was fierce.
I mean, the Aisha in this one, like, she's pretty cute, but
Aisha's pretty fit in this film. I think she's top notch in this film.
nobody
Great
compares
legs.
to Kimberly.
Great
Kat
booty.
was kind of hot.
I like Kat.
Oh, I never liked Kat.
It was stupid that she was an actual cat at times, but
Yeah, well, you know.
That's
But,
when the show
have any of you
started to
guys
drop.
seen Not Another Teen Movie?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember the girl who was naked the entire time, the foreign exchange student?
Yep.
Apparently she was the Yellow Ranger at some point.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know,
after
like
that
one of those
career?
like wild jungle dinos or something like that.
Wow, that means after that scene in that movie, someone's went, let's put you a Power Ranger suit.
No, this is before she was in Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, so her whole highlight was Power Rangers and getting naked in like one featured film.
Yeah, so she went from God knows what she did in Power Rangers because I wasn't watching it those seasons and stuff. And then it was like her best work was just like hot chick in a really good comedy, underrated comedy. Everybody should check that out.
Why do
It's
they
better
just
than
use
this
their
movie.
power weapons at this point?
But like these weapons make no sense because we never see them again, or ever. It's like it's
I
either
don't know. I think Kim and used that weapon a few times on Tommy in the bedroom. You know.
it just starts vibrating her hand. Oh no, I forgot how to turn this off.
Which now is making me think, what does he use Saba for? The talking.
Well, he doesn't
Sword that
talk
he
in
has.
this movie.
He does use saber in this film.
But he doesn't talk, right? The sword doesn't talk in this one.
I don't think he does. No.
It's like they lost the right for the talking sword in the movie.
You know, I never was a big fan of Saba, but that
The dragon
the
flute.
hell's he doing? Oh yeah, he's got the
That's
thing.
It's his
Okay.
dental floss. Yeah.
The old dragon dagger was better. Bum 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 bum.
Gotta love the dragon flute.
Who talks with their fists?
I do. I'm
Oh,
Italian.
you're Italian. That makes sense.
We both went to the same road there.
I really feel sorry for Adam in this film as well. He has fuck all lines
Jesus.
to say.
How many fucking flips was that? Oh, there's Saba.
Instead of stabbing them all, he just goes around in a circle.
And then he sprays the skip, and then the skip goes down.
You're a sword, just cut it.
Have you watched this movie like recently, Sean? You seem to remember a lot of it.
Well, when you're 5, you used to watch it a lot. Oh no, the powers.
Damn it.
But
like,
see it forever.
That was a sentient sword. That died. Like, they do not mourn the talking sword.
Nah, I mean, he's like he's less of a person than even Alpha is,
That's true.
And what's Alpha going to tell you anyway? Aye.
You haven't got Wi-Fi.
We lost our 4G.
We better get back. Yeah, how are you supposed to get there?
Yeah.
They used the flying car that they used in the show. You just don't see it.
Oh god, that flying car was so dumb. I hated that thing so much.
Well, the Doom buggy.
I mean, this is a show that was so dumb that even as a kid I was like, yeah, it's stupid, but I'm okay with it. And the flying car was like, nah, you lost me. I have that Dragon Dagger song stuck in my head. For being the most evil thing in the world,
Rangers.
he all he did was really kind of trash a couple tubes.
Yeah, just like fucked up his house and they left. You didn't even kill him. He didn't kill Zordon.
Should have just grabbed one of the crystals and stabbed him.
Look at his turtleneck. Aww. There's his
Is it
electric
wrong?
blanket.
Is it wrong that I kind of want to laugh at, like, just to look at him where he's a head with like a plastic bag? He's got no arms, no legs.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. He was just a head. Like, you don't see his limbs. This is his body?
So I don't know if that's supposed to imply that he lost them, or that this is like an incorporeal form of some kind. But
He's just a slug man.
He kind of reminds me of the Guardians from the Lanterns, the Green Lantern Corps.
oh yeah,
At least they had
Basically a
arms.
head.
Yeah. But whenever they wore their cloak, it like hid their entire body. And they were just like floating heads because their heads are so freaking large. That or a ripoff of like dying Darth Vader.
Kind of. They just looked at the white face and went, good enough.
Oh, the hidden power.
See, look, Alpha's Italian too. He's moving with his arms all over the place.
Yeah, but not in sync.
No, he's like half Italian. I love how too. I didn't notice this before when I was watching this movie back in the day, but I'm noticing it now. How often everybody just feels like they need to put their arm on somebody else. Right then, Aisha just for no reason just kind of like grabs Tommy, just kind of like, hey, if you don't really want to pay attention to Kimberly for a little bit.
Well, it's like the
See, look, Kimberly just had her arm on both two people right then.
No,
And then she
yeah.
just put her
Every
It's
time they-
friendship. It's friendship. It's
yeah.
the show friendship.
the power of friendship.
It's kind of like directing 101 where it's like you need to convey something. It's like just touch their arm. Like
Yeah.
You know what I used to do back in the day as well when I was a kid? You know,
Touch everybody's arms.
you know how Alpha's lights go around the rim? Always used to try to pause it so it would go in the middle.
you watch the movie way too much then to just do that for like the entertainment value of the movie.
Your parents must have just been like, Jesus Christ.
Power
First
Ranger
off, we're
movie
watching this
again?
movie again, and why are you trying to get it in the middle? Because I want it in the middle, damn it.
That's why my parents got divorced.
you,
the
you
reason.
finally got it in the middle and it was like, well, I guess this is happening.
You don't live here. You know who was kind of cool, at least cool looking, was Rito, her brother. Big
Oh, yeah.
skull guy. He looked like he was like a combination of like a military general and
I need that
skeleton.
superpower, man.
You mean like jizz in some woman's mouth? Yeah, everyone wants that power.
yeah.
Just to show up, yeah. I love Zed's throne room. I always wondered what the hell was the deal with a big fan, but then I just
It's
think
hot.
it's just air conditioning.
Yeah.
Mood ventilation.
It just goes very slowly though. It's just to kind of keep like ambiance.
Oh, this is when they put him in the snow globe.
Spoiler.
Oh, if you haven't seen this film now, Bruce Willis is dead all the time.
Wait, yeah, but is he snow globe dead like this? Wait, how would Ooze know what a snow globe is?
How would he know who teenagers are?
He knew the Brady Bunch reunion, and that he missed it.
And where's my autograph book? Like, I don't know. Maybe he's
Goddamn Goldar. Goldar's class.
Goldar oddly looks weirder here than he did in the cartoon. Not the cartoon, in the TV show.
He's terrifying in the TV show.
They tried too hard in this version.
He looks
He's a little
better
too
in this
clean
than he does
looking.
in the new movie. Christ.
Oh, that's true.
Man, the new Goldar looks like it looks like a Jewish monster, like because he's made out of gold and everything. It's just like what, like you know what I mean? He looks like one of those like what you would hear in a like a terrible like urban legend about like gold monster. Where this Goldar is just he's like a griffin or something, and then where you wearing gold.
Yeah, what is he supposed to be? Because he looks like he's got like a monkey face, but he's got wings.
He's supposed to be
he's Egyptian of some kind.
He was a monkey, I think. In the
They do make
TV
monkey
show.
jokes a lot about him.
Racist.
Does he have a tail?
I think he does sometimes.
The wings were always optional too.
Yeah. Sometimes he'll have wings, but they weren't like really feathery wings. Like they
I
weren't
can't
detailed.
believe these fucking arseholes replaced the fucking putties as well.
I never understand. I get the Ooze guys because he is Ivan Ooze, but how does he make birds?
Because he's supernatural, man. Fucking Tungas.
Wait, they're in
Tongas.
space. They're flying. They're gonna fly through space with wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, nobody ever thinks of just like bombing Rita's fortress. Like you'd think by now, at least one time when there's the Megazords attacking some kind of a giant monster, the government would be like, "Yo, what the hell's going on with this shit?" They'd look into it and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, there's that big fortress on the moon. How about we, I don't know, do something about it?"
I feel like the Megazord should just go to space and just destroy the palace once and for all, because that's the source of where all the evil's coming from through
Right.
at least 3 seasons of Power Rangers.
Who likes short shots? I like short shots.
God, look at her. She is so hot.
They all look like a early Gaps commercial, like wearing the various clothes, but like except for Aisha, she's wearing like a Nike shirt.
Well, they all are wearing something different. So you know that this was the costume designer was specifically like, this will be your look in the movie, is that you're wearing this type of a thing. Like Rocky, you got to wear like a flannel shirt. That'll work well with that kind of thing. And it's like, I wonder why they specifically chose those, you know?
Yeah, but all the guys have to have their shirts, their sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like their Mac from Always Sunny or something.
Well, wait, one quick thing. That monster that is like Bones was wearing like a headset.
It's part of Frieza's army.
Yeah. Like what's that doing here? This is a different planet, right? Like so I'm like, this makes no sense.
Keep out
Oh,
toxic
God.
chemicals? Where else am I going to put them?
The subplot, I fucking hate this part. Let's
Oh,
take
yeah.
over the world by brainwashing the adults of Angel Grove.
I fucking hate that pig.
But I love Ooze's thing is like capitalism. It's just like, well, let's just make a business and like we can sell things and I'll be the mascot. Like it's such a crazy idea for an evil person, is that he wants to make a small business.
When did the pig get a monocle?
Since he got class. Ectomorphicons. You know that was created in some kind of production meeting. Bunch of board execs are sitting there going, I don't know, why doesn't he have like Zords of his own? But they could be, I don't know, Megazords. They're like, we already have that. I don't know, how about fucking Ectomorphicons? Like,
it's just like vaguely sounding important words put together. They're like,
Right.
yeah, good enough.
he's going to use his big weapon, the ultimate Destructicor.
I am surprised that toy manufacturers didn't actually produce this Ivan Ooze shit.
Well, his toys? Because there were definitely Ivan Ooze toys.
I was on about the slime, like, you know?
Oh,
I
like
would
the
love,
weird
I would
fat
love
putty.
to have the tub of purple slime to go in my purple green slime. You know,
They're nearly like
Just
a GAC collection.
Yeah, gag.
He just said he was going to finish what he started 6,000 years ago. What the hell was he fighting on Earth 6,000 years before this moment?
Zordon.
Yeah, it was Zordon's crew. Like it's like every whatever group he picks.
He was fighting the taxation of small businesses back in the day.
Was
Well,
he
here's-
fighting like dinosaurs?
I assume. I see. That's the thing. I always assume Zordon has always been around Earth, kind of like fighting whatever evil with Megazords, but they couldn't be gigantic because there wasn't skyscrapers, so you didn't need like giant machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can imagine the first gen Zords that he made were pretty much like animal sized, so they weren't like towering over buildings or anything. Because they weren't buildings 6,000 years ago. They weren't huge skyscrapers.
Well, were there even humans?
Good question.
Was it just cavemen throwing rocks at Rita?
Go,
And
go, Caveman Ranger.
somehow they won. They had
Yeah.
been winning for that many years. Like I would have loved to seen Team Zero, like of Zordon's first recruitment, if it goes, fuck it, like I gotta have some rules. Like they have to be teenagers, they have to be young, they have to be human.
They have to have attitude.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alpha, give me some cavemen with attitude. Grawl, you are the Pink Ranger.
So, did you ever read the history of the first version of the Sentais? You know, like this is based on Super Sentais in Japan. So, I think like season 2 of their TV show, I think like half the people on the team were zombies. Like they were like reanimated corpses.
Ugh, that's weird.
So they weren't like because they didn't have to deal with that subplot of like what they're doing during the day before battles and stuff. Like they were just like people that didn't have to
only
be
fought
accounted for.
stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, but like in the like one of the arcs of the original Power Rangers shows, like Super Sentai shows, 1 or 2 of the members were just like zombies because they were like, well, like we reincarnate your body so you can fight forever now.
Oh, there she is. Look, the sexiest woman in all of Power Rangers.
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Making that same wow kind of noise.
See, this was a weird business decision. This is just like Saban just sitting in his office going, yes, yes, like it's the sexy Amazon. Like all the years I wanted Zordon to be like a hot guy. Now it's gonna be like a hot chick.
This was for all the parents, or all the not all
Yeah,
the parents,
dads.
all the dads.
This is definitely the dads in the audience. Like the divorced fathers bring their kids on the weekend to see this.
The ones that felt a little bit too creepy by thinking that the Pink Ranger was hot since she's supposed to be like 18.
Even younger probably, but then you get this chick who's playing windpipes.
The only costume developed by a guy in this movie.
Well, she doesn't have tassels, so that's yeah.
See, when they originally did the like Rita reveal for the modern one, she kind of has his outfit, but not quite. Like,
But, yeah. And Billy, a minute or so ago, was like, the thing about morphing, you don't appreciate it until you lost it or whatever. And it's like, yeah, well, maybe you should have fucking morphed all the time, you asshole. You just went through that all this time. You would have beaten up the ooze patrol or whatever you want to call them if you would have morphed ahead of time instead of dawdling.
like how that stick sound made a whip sound.
Tommy, man, you should have at least shaved your armpits. Jesus. What did you say,
No.
Zordon?
Did you say the thing that I clearly just heard and repeated back to you?
You say berries and cream?
I saw that on Tommy. He was looking up her skirt.
Now, I was always under the impression, based off of the one clip they showed of Zordon when he was like a human fighting people, he was in a white outfit. I always thought he was the original White Ranger.
Well, actually,
There was no White Ranger. There was no White Ranger. That's what I said.
That's actually that's a good theory.
So
The
I'm
6
thinking
original Rangers were red, blue, yellow, green, blah, blah,
Black.
blah. White was created artificially, so everything to do with the secret power and White Ranger existing is wrong. It should be green.
See, I'm thinking, though, that they might go this way with the movies, the new movies, that Rita was the original Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Because she is green, and it looks like she's got the green coin and all that kind of stuff. And I always thought that could
did
be
you see the leak photo where she transforms?
into the Green Ranger?
Yeah, there's like
no, I didn't
there was
see
like a
that.
mock-up of it where it's like her Morpher outfit, where it's like she's like, yeah, because she's being ex-Ranger, and I like that theory too, where she's an ex-Ranger.
So she uses her powers to kind of give Tommy the Green Ranger power a little bit. And then Zordon could do the same to give the White Ranger power to Tommy. And Zordon's always this white floating head. Gives him a little bit of his life energy, forces him to change his power over a little bit. Kind of like fixes the issues and stuff, you know?
Well, that theory holds up until they introduce the Gold Ranger in space, and that's when everything goes out of control.
Yeah, I wasn't watching back in that day.
I
stopped like midway through Zeo.
Where his Zord was a pyramid?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And then they're like, oh yeah, there's other alien ranger powers, like Zordon just failed to mention.
Oh, the Aqua Rangers or whatever they were, right?
Yeah, oh god. It's just like, oh, there's like another division of like rangers.
Well, remember when they introduced Ninjor? And it was like, oh, here's the dude that created the power coins. And it's like, yo, we could have used your help all this time.
Yeah, I know.
Fucker, like, you can grow yourself and be like your own Zord.
I'm Ninja!
So, one quick thing about the whole Ivan Ooze as a businessman thing. He went to a carnival as a wizard selling wizard ooze. Like, that was his thing. He was a wizard, and he had to dress up like a wizard. Like
evil beyond imagination.
Had he done this in 2016, he'd be the next president.
Yeah, like, this whole platform had been like, I want to ooze everybody. Like, all right, cool.
I don't know. If you did it in this day and age in this country, you'd get arrested for being a pedophile.
Well, a lot of unsupervised kids are in that like sales pitch.
Wait, is Aisha the only one that doesn't have her arms exposed?
She didn't go to the gym enough.
It's because she's got tribal tattoos.
Wait, is that true?
She's wearing long sleeves compared to the rest of them.
It is a little bit weird.
But like, tattoo makeup existed back then. They could have.
Generic 90s song playing in the background to prove that we're hip. That was the Australian dude.
He's just drinking Fosters.
God, you can tell this is the 90s because he's got his t-shirt tucked in.
Well, that's just to prove that he's a dad.
But like a dad, he's
huh?
just like, ooh, okay, well, oh, it smells bad. I should put it in my hand.
This is the worst jelly I've ever come across.
The look of surprise is great.
Must kill, son.
All these dumb parents got tricked by touching that ooze. Like, how many parents are? Wait, that's a hippie. That's an old woman hippie wearing like.
Oh god, she is weird looking as hell.
So I'm just like, what community was this?
TV gets pretty decent reception for 1995.
No.
Change the channel, Alpha.
Where would you think Angel Grove is? I always thought Angel Grove was like in Florida or something.
It must be California.
vibe. Yeah.
It's Cali, is it? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because it's got to be in a desert and an open ocean, so it doesn't. It's just like California, like
And a mountain range.
a mountain range. Yeah.
It'd be great if it was just like Pittsburgh.
Some Lockland area.
Yeah.
All right, kids, we're gonna do drugs and hang out by this fire.
Oh, see, this was so much better that how they got the ninja powers instead of fucking ninja, man. Jesus fuck.
But like, I like Ninja better because this was even zanier. I mean, it's sexier, but like, come on. This made why are ninjas a thing on a planet that is mostly Amazon women or her?
Amazon woman. That's it.
She's got a sexy stomach, fair play.
I gotta see what this woman's up to these days. Like, is she still like this
I
hot?
guarantee she can't be doing anything. She probably was just like some kind of New Zealand model or something back in the day.
And they're just like, "Hey, you want to be in this Power Ranger movie? You're not."
She's like, "I'm not an actress," and they're like, "Nobody is." It'd be great if like the colors changed.
Yeah, everyone
like,
switches.
Rocky's suddenly the White Ranger, and he's like, I guess I'm leader now." Like, I remember this whole.
I'm the frog.
Yeah, I got a frog.
I'm so
Like the
depressed.
Charlie Brown line.
I like the ninja look. It's just this was always their pre-look before they powered up again.
They went from let's fight the Putty Patrol on our own, then let's switch over to the ninja stuff, then let's switch over to the Power Ranger stuff, and then
You
let's.
know what
create
would
our
have been
swords.
really
Yeah.
bad is if they give him Billy the Bear.
Oh my god. It would have been that dark nod into the community. You heard, like, I mean, you keep reading those stories where, like, basically the crew during that time just harassed the fuck out of him for being gay. It was, like, really
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, touch yourself.
Adam, what you bitching about?
Oh, don't worry, Adam. You become a successful anime voice actor in later life.
Now, how does she know about these frog prince stories? She's on a different planet. Maybe she heard it from whatever the headphones were blasting.
The Ninjetti, like, see, they're rewriting the canon of the ninja thing, where it's like they spent a lot of time in the original series to like build up, and it's just like some sexy woman just goes Ninjetti, here you go.
Well, this came first before the ninja stuff in the series, right?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. Which is sad because they rewrote this entire fucking thing.
Movie, yeah,
Yeah.
to make it
The
not
movie
gay.
did, the movie never happened.
Which is okay at times and sad at points.
But then Power Rangers Turbo actually happened.
Yeah, that's part of the storyline.
Never seen it. Don't plan on seeing it.
Oh my
You don't
god,
want
you do.
to. No, you don't.
If your love of Kimberly is like this, wait until you see evil Kimberly.
Oh,
I don't know. I kind of had a crush on like the villain in Turbo, like the hot chick.
Divatox.
Yeah, Diva Doc. All she did was just like she was an angry woman. That was it. I was like, yeah, that's my thing. It's just like a woman screaming at me that to drive my car. That's like my. That's
Where does this little shit with t-shirts clearly 4 sizes too big for him?
You just
You
hate
see his
kids,
father?
don't you?
have you
Good
seen
point.
his like dumb father?
where's his mom?
Oh, this is when they get the fat guy to dance, isn't it? This is great.
What the hell's he drinking too?
More ooze. I don't know.
This is the best scene in all of movie.
How does he know what the swim is? Okay, so if you had a chance to either be like the dance puppet or the rock collector in this, what would you guys rather be?
I'm okay with collecting rocks.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know.
even if I knew like I wasn't possessed at this point, I'll just pretend to be like collecting rocks. It's just like, well, like do worse.
Even if you are possessed, he's like dance, and you're like must collect rocks. No, I said dance. Yes, sir. Rocks. No, well, we can learn how to talk now. It's a massive improvement for 24 hours.
Well, at almost all the enemies besides the major boss fights in the TV show, no one talked English. Like
Oh, I
the
guess
putties,
the putties could go.
but that wasn't a conversation. Like they're having a conversation here.
Or was it?
Putties are
They all
always
just they all
putties.
just had speech impediments.
Yeah, putties actually we were like, oh my god, it hurts, kill us, and like we just didn't we never understood that.
Sounds like he's talking about his ex, but I don't.
No, it's backstory. They used to be together. You know,
I'll take another whack at it later.
she got tired of taking his Ivan ooze, and
You got tired of being oozed on.
then he met Rita. She's like, "Make my monster grow," and he's like, "All right, you know."
So far in this, since they've been up on top of this cliff, right? It's been daylight, nighttime, and now it's sunrise, and they still haven't moved.
Well,
Yeah, Kimberly just walked forward.
now it's like daybreak. So
Yep.
I don't-
Daybreak.
Ah. So now they're gonna head to that big rock that looks like a penis.
Metaphors, you know.
Billy's
Puberty.
gonna love it.
Aw.
They're like, no, the thing's at the base of it. He's like, no, I want to climb to the top. Will they fight like a dinosaur skeleton?
They fight 2 dinosaur skeletons. One's a Triceratops and the other's a T-Rex.
Why does that exist on this planet? What is the ecosystem of this fucking planet?
Amazon warrior, headphone skeletons, dinosaur skeletons.
Ninja powers, ninja related powers, like.
Apparently they know what frogs and stuff are, though, because they're able to create
like
animal
apes,
things based
tigers,
off of them.
cranes. See, that's what I liked about Zordon's rules in the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers. Like, it was shit on Earth that existed. Like, it was the power of, or it was inspired by. But if you get your power from another planet, you can have whatever, like, animal there is on that native, Like, it's just like, oh, power of, like, this thing. Like, cool. Because that was the Gold Ranger. That's why his shit was all, like, flying pyramids.
This kid's stupid hat, man.
Hey, Dad, what's wrong with you? What's with these rocks? Why are you so obsessed with them?
Fred, that's his name. Fucking Fred.
Wait, the kid's
Get
name is Fred?
back to work.
Of all the rocks he could have picked, he's like, man.
They're not paying me enough to be an extra here.
Yeah, there's a lot of extras for this kids movie, just for them to like pretend to do construction.
Yeah. And they're really doing a piss poor job pretending to do that construction. That last person that was just chopping, it's like, well, I don't really want to actually chop anything.
Not in my good clothes.
Oh, come on. There's got to be a dancing extra somewhere in this.
I don't know, I'm looking around for more extras, just not giving a shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
But wait, here's the thing. Ivan Ooze, for more of an asshole kind of thing, he gave everyone like safety helmets and like purple vests for like their own like safety.
Though, that this had to be a studio exec that was like, well, we need a kid. Has to be some kind of story with a kid, so that way the kids are getting involved. And it's like, the kids want to watch the Power Rangers. They don't want to watch this. What's the name of this kid, Frank?
Fred.
Fred? Like, fuck Fred. Nobody gives a shit about Fred.
It goes from Fred to Justin.
The thing is, it's like there's no kid in the regular. I understand the kid was actually in the TV show. Then he got his own little subplot in the movie. Fine, right? But the fact that this movie version, you insert the subplot with a kid that no one has any like connections with.
They threw out that little joke. Welcome to Jurassic Park. It happened like a year beforehand.
Well, it's still relevant because movies took a long time to come out from like movies to VHS. So this is probably right at that Jurassic Park like VHS rental time.
Well, even still, I mean, Jurassic Park it still holds up. So you can make a joke about that nowadays, and you're still going to be like, oh man, Jurassic Park's great. Rocky, that's why you're the dumb gorilla.
Harambe.
Harambe. Power of.
Instead of Rita sending a monster down, she just sends a kid down and everybody shoots him. The Fred kid, that's all that happens. He starts hanging around with the Fred kid.
God, Kimberly was the most useless Power Ranger of all time.
Well, she couldn't sass this thing.
She had her moments on the TV show. They all had their moments here and there. The worst out of the bunch was Billy in the first couple of episodes where he...
when he drops his power morpher, that's the best.
Well, his opening intro is him ducking instead of fighting the Putty Patrol. Kind of makes you wonder how this thing's screeching when it has no vocal cords.
It's a magic dinosaur. Again, this planet makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah. Here we are picking apart Power Rangers.
Well, maybe I'm thinking like, are these, or maybe these things aren't bones. Like maybe this is what it looks like,
See, this is why Tommy's the best. I got a bone to pick with you. Nice. I could be a Power Ranger outside of the whole athletic and fighting for the side good.
You just want to hang out with like the Big Ranger.
Yeah, do that and just make puns all day. And try some of the juice in Ernie's juice bar.
Still to this day, can't figure out what the rec center was. It was like everything.
It's like everybody just hangs out there, yet it's the same set as their school. And it's a juice bar that they do karate at.
Ernie didn't even make it to the movie.
I think
He's not in the movie?
This part.
There should at least be a cameo or something like that. Like they, maybe at the end they're all celebrating and it's like they go get a drink at a bar. And it's Ernie's bar.
Do you think Tommy and Kim actually going on in like real life?
Like the actors?
Yeah, like Amy and
No, like
David just got it on one night. They were like, yeah, let's just bang.
Probably.
Oh, is it Jason David Frank? Hardcore Christian. So like,
really?
Yeah. Oh man, have you not seen him lately? He's all about Christ.
Oh God.
I wish they had cell phones back then so we could have the fappening with these people.
Oh, this is very Trumpist, which is like, well, thanks for all the business. You're all fired. We built that wall. Like, so he made ooze, or this is him still?
Yes. And now they're going to do the plot of Ghostbusters 2, where you get some kind of ooze and it brings something to life. That's horrible CGI.
This is like Geico quality. It's going to sell me car insurance kind of thing.
I'm glad they never showed you how he made the ooze.
Yeah, it's just, did he just kind of sit there and just like jack off to collect ooze? Did they make more ooze somehow?
If that thing looked like they could do it now, looked pretty bitchin'.
Which one?
The scorpion-looking one. The other one's what, like a hornet or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I get, like, he's based off of 6,000 years, so all his designs were just shit that had to exist back then. Like, would you have to think, like, 6,000 years ago? Like, there had to be insects, so that's what he designed it all after.
Also, it's a little bit weird that his name's Ivan.
Yeah, that too. Why is it like a Russian name before Russia was a thing?
Some kind of weird alien name. It's like the evil alien Ted.
Oh, it's the Stone Monsters.
Dude, Star Wars music in the background, practically.
Well, this is Endor that they're on, basically.
They got Leia's theme in the background going on now. Da, 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 da.
You do know, like, they were trying to go, like, what if they meet, like, furry little creatures here besides the sexy Amazonians? Like, no, too close. Like,
and then some weird studio execs like, how about we just merge the concept together? Sexy little teddy bears.
No.
Then they're like, you're fired. What would you do if you saw a big thing like this?
Touch it.
You got to go in, right?
I mean,
Like,
try, yeah. Well, that's the thing. So the Amazon lady just was like, you have to go to this thing. Like, you'll figure out when you get there, right? That your trial is this. So they have to know this whole planet is already a death trap, and like everything they're going to encounter, like, is like gonna be a fight. So
yeah,
like
their trial isn't going to be like a crossword.
yeah, like, I mean, it should be like, well, everything we have to be on this planet with to fight it. Like, and look, they're surprised. Like, this thing's not going to try to fight them.
Aisha's like, oh no, that thing's going to cut my sleeves off.
I'm trying to think. She must have had some real terrible tattoos in order for them to cover it up that they couldn't hide.
It's also coincidental that there just happens to be enough ninja power to go around to everybody.
I mean, they just put their hood up. That's all they did.
Like a friendly Al Qaeda.
Well, they are invading a foreign land.
I'm just thankful Tommy's hood isn't more pointed. That would be real awkward.
Then he suddenly gets under the ire of Adam.
Well,
Two of them start feuding.
white ninjas have always been a thing, supposedly. Like that's like think Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. So that's not too new of a white hood cloak person. But yeah, it definitely does not help the look.
No. Ah.
Oh no, what would have happened if I fell into that shallow lake?
I would have gotten wet.
Well, they're wearing like 20 pounds of cloth. Like that's a lot of water, like being soaked in.
Now they should, after they beat these things up, steal their weapons.
That's
I wouldn't be
logical.
surprised if they all turned to dust or some bullshit like that.
Just falls right on the knife.
Oh my god, Rocky, we didn't plan for these being sharp.
Yeah, we didn't plan these to have like really good weapons. And so far, they keep fighting unarmed other villains, like other henchmen that have like nothing. This is the first time we have enemies with like actual realistic weapons. Okay, besides like weakness is water in a jungle. Like half this place is a rainforest. Like, why would they have guardians that their weakness is water?
It's the same logic as the aliens invading in Signs. We should go to that planet with a whole lot of water. It's gonna kind of fuck us up. Yeah, but what's the worst that could happen? We could like die or something.
It rains.
See, like Rocky saving everybody.
Well, he's in a rocky area. He's in his environment. So yeah, could be a Power Ranger.
Wait, she couldn't do that? She couldn't kick him in the chest?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, let's rock his world. Rocky's like, I heard that. That reminds me of me. Aisha's like, nobody ever makes any puns with my name.
Holy crap! Out of every bad guy that's died so far, that one fell off a cliff and then crushed by boulders. Like, that's really bad for a kids movie.
You know, one thing that's missing in this movie that was like great in the TV show. Anytime anybody would get hit, no matter where they got hit, fireworks would shoot out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, whoa, all right, slice them in half like that. That's kind of, but no fireworks. Split it.
Thank God for those ninja powers, huh?
Well, those hoods are useful for something.
Yeah. How's Rocky's buck tooth?
That's Shawn Michaels
And-
coming down from the ceiling.
And this is how
Oh
Rocky's
my
first-
god, unbelievable.
I tried to do the exact same kick and I fell off a tree and broke my wrist.
Oh my god!
First time I ever broke a bone.
I can
Well,
see why
we-
you're out of the movie then.
Were you spinning counterclockwise or clockwise? I think that's the trick here.
I never spun.
Did you announce the kick
His
too?
belly flopped out.
Yeah,
You know you have
pretty
to
much.
shout it out, or else it doesn't activate. That's your trick. That's why you messed up.
Yeah, you didn't call your kick ahead of time. It's a Gold Ranger.
Why does this pyramid have like a pop collar?
It's a bro.
It's a bro.
What I never got as well, right? When they get their new powers, right? They get their Power Ranger suits, right? But their helmets don't change to the current animals. They still keep with their old
Yeah.
fucking
Wait, it does?
helmets. It's
Well, because
stupid.
it changes the emblem, right? But the helmet's still like the animal.
The dinosaurs, yes.
Yeah, the dinosaur emblem. Yeah, I noticed that as a kid. I was like, that's really bad costume design. But it's like they're trying to keep under a budget, which at this point this movie's gonna make this movie printed money. So I was like, why would they try to cut corners?
It was always weird on the TV show too. Like when they would morph in the past, it'd be like, you know, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, and all that. And then when they went with the ninja stuff, it was like White Ranger power.
They just
Instead of saying like, you know,
Toad power. I mean, that's why, because it didn't test well. Them screaming "Power of Toad."
Pink Ranger crane power or something like that, instead of being like, you know, frog. Just-
Wait, why is the like? Oh, it's a little plane. Okay, is it?
This is where I fell asleep as well in the movie theater when I saw this as a child. Until the end credits, I saw them all, I fell asleep.
Okay, well, I think it like this now. It's like, yeah, they still keep the old suits, but the emblem changed because their power source changed. So it's like they still keep the old outfits, but the source of power is now based on this now. It's like swapping out batteries.
Now, if she turns into Hedwig there, does she turn into like a... If they would have had her come back to this Earth and, she could be like a giant owl?
She's whatever Rebby Sky's bitching about.
Oh no, sweetheart, it's horrible CGI. Run! Now he's got satellite dishes and shit. Like,
it's always a yellow taxi in it.
That wasn't a yellow taxi. That's just some unfortunate car.
Oh. God, that's so fucking terrible.
Oh my god, downtown Australia or New Zealand they're in? Like, I'm kind of impressed these monsters got this far downtown in the city. Like, I feel like this should have been like the beginning of the city. Because it's not easy to navigate like in a city by itself. Now you're like, I don't know, 4 stories tall, like walking around.
Where are the Power Rangers?
Zordon's like, I've been asking for water for a week, Alpha.
It's been at least 3 days, right?
Has to be. So he's like taking a shit in there. Or, well, if he even has an ass. Since he's like a pillowcase in a head. Inconceivable.
LGBT power.
The more you know. Do. Oh man, we ended up in Detroit instead.
Yeah, this is just Michigan, right?
In the Police Academy movie.
It's Ed 209.
It's Citizens Under Control or whatever it was.
So if you could see Power Rangers crossover with anything, what would you want to see it crossover with?
Police Academy.
I know some people are like Pacific Rim, Godzilla. Nah, Steve Guttenberg.
Oh god, these Ninja Zords.
You know what they never used to do all that much in the TV show, which I always thought like another thing where, I'm sitting there as a kid going, just morph already and you'll beat the putties. And then it's like, you're never using the sword, knife gun things. They used to not use their weapons all that much. And then they could put all the weapons together to make that big
the mega
gun.
cannon? Yeah.
Yeah, and they never did that. And they never had like just the Zords themselves separately beat up on like the one monster. Because they could have. It's like, like that fucking frog thing could like team up with the wolf and the bear and take out one of them,
Right,
Like,
they didn't need the whole team all the time.
I was so pumped back in watching the movie as a kid in the theater. It's just like, they got new swords. This is bitchin'. This is fucking great. Like, they got a nice stereo.
She said the exact same thing for every single news Zord she had.
She just had priorities.
Suddenly Sean's connections in 1995 now.
Well, the movie's downgrading, Sean's downgrading.
Yeah.
Leap to our doom.
They're just
Make
lemons.
America great again. Make America.
Oh, I forgot the song was in this.
Such a great soundtrack!
Are kids drinking this?
They're
Drinking, snorting.
You guys ever had a bitching ooze party?
It never works
Fuck
at a party,
off,
for the
Frank.
record.
Listen up.
Yeah, you never stopped a party like this?
Usually
get
get a
over
smash
it.
the bottle.
Also, all these kids are white. There's one thing I want to point out. This is like a whole white party.
Holy shit. They pretty much are all.
Oh, because they filmed this in either Australia or New Zealand, so it's just like this is all the local kids they can just grab.
He looks like a chimp, doesn't he?
He does kind of. He's like the human equivalent of Diddy Kong. Although the hat's backwards instead.
Oh man, the Falcon Zord could have been so cool.
I think it is pretty cool. Actually,
It's the only Zord of like a goddamn like missile lock. Like, look at this.
Right. It's like the fucking bat plane.
Yeah, but like for a Zord, super violent. There's not even like a fun theme to it. It's just blatantly like a fighter jet.
Where does he go to get repaired?
I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna go to Pet Boys. And then you see the 3 giant head things and the next villains to fight.
So you did bring up the fact that these Zords, they don't really fight independently. Only in the movie do you see them actually like do their own thing.
And they apparently suck on their own.
Oh yeah.
Although that's a pretty good tool to use. You had like this tongue whip thing that can electrocute things.
The frog took a hell of a lot more damage than the freaking Falcon.
Yeah. God, the wolf looks the worst out of all of them.
It's gotta be that blue.
I think Burger King or McDonald's had the promotional thing where if you got like a kid's meal, you got like one of these Zords, and like a really shitty version of like a Power Ranger to put it in.
Yeah.
And it was like a little car.
Yeah, I went all over the place getting all those.
Was it McDonald's or Burger King that had this?
Pretty sure it was McDonald's.
Okay, McDonald's then, yeah. That's back when kids' meals were actually like really decent toys. Or like, you know, they were at least playable.
Let's go Harambe.
See,
Get him.
Red Ranger got the coolest Zord again.
Like, because his Zord could like choke out another monster.
In Mighty Morphin, it was the Tyrannosaurus. I can't fucking speak.
Tyrannosaurus.
Yep, the T-Rex. Then in the Thunder
dragon.
one, he had the dragon, and now
The dragon was
this one,
cool.
he's got the ape. You know, it's the most independent one. Oh,
Well, the dragon was like a full Zord without armor, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it had that like staff that it could use. The white tiger was pretty cool.
no, White Tiger was fucking shit compared to Dragon Zord.
What was Kimberly's?
Pterodactyl
Second one.
or Firebird.
Firebird, okay.
That's one of my favorite jokes in this movie is where Ooze went, here comes the cute ranger, and Goldar agreed with him. Like, oh, you thought she was cute too?
That's
Everybody did.
yeah. Well, I say it's universal, but it's also creepy for a 6,000-year-old creature guy. You know, like that's beyond pedophilia.
Well, she's 30. It's fine.
It's fine now, but
That gave him the Freddy Krueger vibe.
Oh no, I'm after Pet Boys too.
This wasn't shot in 3D, right?
no, it wasn't. But
That shot at least should have been.
back from Pet Boys.
They happen to have at least one spare missile part. Cost me an arm and a leg. Like Zordon. Hey, look at how badass that is.
Yeah, but that's just a bird firing guns as it flies. That's pretty
I
awesome.
know, it's amazing.
super awesome, but kind of not doesn't fit Power Rangers.
It's effective though. If they would have had that kind of stuff, like if the white tiger would have been able to just like, I don't know, instead of having fangs, it has like chainsaws in its mouth. It would have.
White Tiger though, it had to power up its chest because I remember like the toy had like a ball you could shoot out. So that was like the one thing they did.
It was like the humanoid mode kind of thing.
Yeah.
White Ranger, Tiger Power. Music was so good in that series. Ron Wasserman. I know the feeling.
Do you reckon he got a headache after doing that?
He penetrated his own robot.
She is not into anal, folks.
Oh, does that really count as anal? It's kind of the mid-back.
Well, from her perspective, he's just going in from behind.
That's true.
I like the fact that this fucking building destroys the power sword.
Like, yeah, this really human constructed building.
And his mouth didn't move at all when he was just talking. He destroyed the monorail track. Well, that means we need the Megazord. No, it means you need to restore the fucking monorail because people are going to die.
How do they know
Right.
that, though? How do they know the monorail is coming?
The guitar solo is fucking badass.
They heard the Lyle Landley song. And they know how to merge these all together. They've never used them before.
Yeah, I imagine, like, your first, like calling the Zord to assemble itself, I feel like you can't let that be automated. That's something you all have to, like, press the right buttons for.
This is the worst looking Zord of all time.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not really that good looking.
Essentially, that's what this new sword's going to look like.
Even in the cartoon show, when it wasn't CGI, it was fucking terrible.
I don't know. I like the idea of, like, a person wearing a Zord armor, like the way they do, like, Godzilla-like battles, but CGI mess like this, ooh. And then, 30 years from now when we see the new Power Rangers movie? Oh, man. Can't wait
We
to do
still
that.
haven't gotten too good of a shot of that yet, but it looks like it's just all alien kind of.
Yeah.
The original Megazord was the best.
I
The
could-
Shogun one, I don't remember it being too bad.
The
and
Shogun
Thunder
one's,
one
like,
wasn't
excellent.
too bad.
Because that was a huge samurai-looking person. That was fine.
This one, though, it's weird that it's like a frog crotch. Like, they didn't know where to put the frog.
Wait, the frog is the crotch?
Yeah.
Because he's the legs, too, isn't he?
Yeah, the frog
Yeah.
is the leg.
Take a look.
Bear's the arm. Wolf's
Bear's the
arm.
chest, the wolf and the ape are the arms.
Oh, wow.
See, look at the frog. It's just its crotch, which is, like, very awkward. Especially because they showed earlier is with the big tongue sticking out and all that.
Oh. It could be like its secret weapon.
Yeah. And then Kimberly's like, oh, I'm going to be sick.
9/11.
Just want to say that building still stood.
Because it doesn't have jet fuel in it.
Yeah, do we need to start a whole Megazords don't melt steel beams thing?
Where does this
The only-
track go? Because that was like in its back, and that somehow the track led all the way to the head like this, like like that trail. Look where the track went. If he's using his cockpit from the back, that had to go down, right, and up again.
Yeah. And he just has wings.
Well, he's bug based, so that kind of makes sense.
Didn't they kill the or wait, which one did they kill? They killed the
Scorpion.
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 Oh, okay, that makes sense. Then. At the very least, though, we'll give him that much credit.
See, like there's some little hints of brilliantness in the whole like designs, and then the rest they just like gave to the intern to like figure it out.
Right, what I don't get, right? I even told these fuckers, right, to leap to their doom, right? Like, when they were at the construction site. Why do they walk back to their houses just to leap to their doom at the construction site?
Yes. And they're not leaping; they're very, very casually walking. They should be like skipping.
Wait, did he just say leap to your doom? But he said do it at the construction site, or just go leap to your doom?
They walk around for 20 years just waiting to leap to their doom.
Because like, if you saw all the previous Power Rangers, and we're assuming this is the same city, there's rock quarries everywhere with giant like leapable areas.
They're always jumping off of a building and jumping onto a cliff.
Yeah,
and shit.
so I'm saying like this city is filled with like quarries to like jump into. Just they gotta go to this newly constructed site to like jump.
I wish my hands made these swooshes noises.
Well, have you ever got the gloves that they were selling? If you wear the Power Ranger gloves and you do the swooshing, it comes with it.
That was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, expensive though. So they quickly mention the comet that's the fake comet that's happening, and this is right after the Hale comet, whoever the one is. And if you remember your history, this is the same time that crazy cult killed themselves because of that comet. The Hale-Bop comet, or the Stargate, whatever the one was.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is all weird.
This would not
This
work,
saves
right?
the day. This is such a stupid idea.
Yeah, using the water hose to push kids' backs into an adult. Like, you would rip the skin off a kid's back with a power hose.
Go, Rangers, go, Rangers, go. Say it. Do it.
The double dealing dull head. You know she meant to say something else.
God damn. How did they ever get out of the fucking snow globe?
Is that maybe Ooze's power dissipates and when he gets hit, leaves?
Snowball melts. Brace yourselves inside the thing.
I love the
as
fact
opposed
that
to moving out of the way.
I love the fact it's just a big red button that they push just to knee him in the crotch.
It's like the low blow move.
Break in case of emergency. Yeah.
Fight dirty. Comets don't light on fire like that.
Rangers, prove that you have attitude. Knee him in the balls.
Kneeing him in the crotch.
To break the glass, she had to hit the button at the same time.
Wait, this is a new bot, right? Like, this is everything's new to them. How do they know that's what it does?
Right.
How do they read that, like, in the manual in time?
And that's the emergency thing. It's not for emergency if there's like a fire on the inside and you need to do the sprinkler system or whatever. So it's like you got some kind of like radiation leak.
When
you hit the emergency button and it just starts kneeing nothing. Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Goddamn. Frank, his stupid goddamn ears.
I did it.
Yeah.
I washed everyone.
Oh, it's a gay moment. I'm not watching it.
Gonna ban this movie from drive-thrus.
Corrupting this youth. 20 years ago, fucked up everybody who's in this generation now.
No way that guy would have heard his son shout for his dad then. And that many people. Oh, Dad! Where's his mum?
I love you, Crocodile.
I asked that earlier. I'm like, where is his mom? You guys see this one? I won? Maybe that's why the kid turned out kind of fucked up.
I think the director realized the guy was Australian too and stopped giving him lines.
How ballsy would it have been if they actually killed Zordon?
They do it in the TV show.
They do they do it for like a really good cause. And this one,
Yeah, but
like,
I mean, in this movie, if they would have just killed him, you know, the first time kids are actually going to see it in the movie, then it's like, no, Zordon's dead.
You don't really need him if you think about it. They got the powers back, and you know.
they found that second mentor who's way hotter and becomes a bird. Like, cool.
Yeah, what does Zordon ever become, a tube? Fuck that.
I'm smelling a spinoff.
And Alpha 5 can run the whole command center without him. That's great. Somebody would have to get rid of the corpse, though.
He doesn't have any ID. You just dump this. This is California still. Like,
with great power comes great responsibility.
I just realized Tommy has 2 different haircuts. Look on the different sides of his head.
wait, one's like shaved, one's not.
Yeah.
Oh, what a moron.
He's ahead of his time for that shaved style that people are doing now.
Don't girls do it?
Girls do it
It's
way
so
more
ugly.
now. How would they know to do this? How would they know to hold hands and just wait for this to happen?
Because
It was in the manual next to the knee to the crouch button. thing.
anything is possible with the power of friendship.
Like, I've held hands and walked in a circle like this too. Nothing happens.
Well, you know what? Maybe this is a callback. Throughout the whole movie, they keep touching each other, and that was the power of friendship.
Holy shit!
There you go.
Oh my god, the most.
It fucking works.
See, if that was like a clue and that worked, like a Christopher Nolan type hint.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Right? Brilliant. I bet that's accidental. That's us like just being better film watchers.
We just upgraded this Rotten Tomatoes score. It's probably what, 16 now. So like,
fucking 6, like up to 17 now.
as terrible as this movie is, though, I mean, we're talking stuff that used to be amazing when we were kids. He's like, "Oh, thanks, but you couldn't have kept holding hands a little longer, so I can get my arms back."
Could have
Where's
healed me
this
all the
squishy
way
body
through.
gone now?
Someone's got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's the pink one. What did I miss?
Poor Rocky. You could park a car in his gap of his teeth.
Best song in the world. This is legit one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Good old Snap.
This is one that has Mark Wahlberg or doesn't have Mark Wahlberg in it.
No, he's not in this.
Because it sounds like a Marky Mark song.
There you go. Look, now she's now sleeveless. Look.
Are these fucking teenagers eating lobster and shrimp?
Yeah. Maybe it's Scorpion.
Oh, Tommy, put your hair back in your ponytail. So
this
weird.
This is when he's going to become the Silver Ranger. Go fuck yourself.
Van Halen, kick ass.
Another great song.
None of these kids know who the fuck Van Halen are.
Yeah, I did not know at the time what this was.
Hey, anything's possible. Do you think so? Yeah, just hold my hand. Apparently it does everything.
Unlucky Fred. You got passed up for Justin. Haha, the Gold Ranger. Oh, I thought you only saw the fucking possibilities.
The executives went, hold on. That kid's got a great idea.
But how about it's Jason?
Now let's scream at the fireworks like bunch of 90s kids.
Well, they're used to the fireworks exploding out of their chest, so they're all getting, PTSD flashbacks.
They should be screaming in horror, not like excited.
They're like, oh no, Power Ranger must have just gotten lightly kicked.
Not wearing a bra.
I kind of want to make the same firework display too, which is thank you, Power Rangers. It's just like, what?
Who's not wearing a bra? Bulk?
I think Kimberly. Well, both.
See, they definitely fucked. I don't care what anybody says. They fucked.
I hope you're talking about Kimberly and Jason,
Bulk
not the kid.
No, Tommy and Frank, but
Arnie Olsen.
There was a screenplay.
I mean, it says dino stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Someone wrote down like when things were gonna happen. Like I felt like this movie was like mushed together.
There you go, Johnny Young Bosch. Jason David Frank gets credit after. Oh, it's alphabetical order.
3 names.
Yeah, you choose one.
Wasn't the guy who plays Jason? Isn't he a 3-name thing too, or something? Here we go. This is where Nick Fury pops up.
I was even in the way.
Thinking the only Power Rangers out there. I'm here to talk to you about the Zeo Initiative.
First after credit scene's great.
We're in trouble.
And then, typical Marvel style, there's another post-credit scene after this where Thanos pops up and goes, fine, I'll do it myself. Thanos versus Power Rangers.
It's actually Howard the Duck.
Did your copy also say a movie by Brian Spencer too? Like, didn't they just show that twice?
Yeah, that guy really likes his name.
Yeah, he had inserted it again for this like second round of credits.
Graham Revell. What else did he do? That looks so familiar.
He sounds like a cheese.
So
look that up.
I actually owned the CD to this because it was like one of the first few CDs.
Me too.
I always try to find. I was like before like Google was a thing. It was like trying to figure out what happened to this band. Like they don't even have a Wikipedia entry.
Holy shit!
Are you talking about the CD for this song specifically, or the soundtrack?
Soundtrack. Because like I was hunting down who sings what. Like what band was it? Like I did not know Red Hot Chili Peppers had a song in this. I did not know Van Halen has a song in this. So it's just like, of those two famous bands, who the fuck is this band?
So I'm looking at Revell right now. He has done a shit ton of movies as a composer for The Crow, Street Fighter, Tank Girl, one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Your God, Street Fighter's worse.
Strange Days, From Dusk Till Dawn, The Craft, Spawn.
Helen Head.
What else we got here? Bride of Chucky, Idle Hands, Pitch Black.
So he's been around. Like he was the 90s.
All over the place. Lara Croft, Collateral Damage, Daredevil.
That's
Freddy
not
vs.
bad.
Jason.
I thought Daredevil was Amy Lee.
Sin City. Grindhouse, the Planet Terror part. Pineapple Express.
You're talking about the guy who just does the music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's done 22 episodes of Gotham.
like I said, this movie doesn't have like a terrible soundtrack. Like it's just weird, you know, like for a choice.
Kung Fu fighting. That wasn't even.
Yeah,
It's like
Kung
a
Fu fighting.
dance mix of it too. It's not like the original one.
It's a good remix, though.
It wasn't even in the movie, but it's in the credits. This is great.
You know, this was like an executive decision. This was just like, I don't know, it's got karate. Well, kung fu fighting should be good enough. Whatever.
I'm trying to skim through the trivia on IMDb right now to see if there's anything crazy about that.
Dude, it's crazy to look at like the credits on this and then look at the credits of a Marvel movie today. It takes so many people to make a movie these days.
Yeah.
Like, look, the Ooze team was 3 people. This movie featured a lot of Ooze.
Yeah.
Apparently the I'm a Frog line was an ad-lib.
He just wanted to get kissed by, like, the woman.
They were probably like, what do you think about your new stuff? And he's like, I'm a fucking frog. They're like, yeah, can you take the fucking out and say to the same line?
Like, there's cooler animals out there than a fucking frog.
You could have it worse. You could be like a stink bug. Random fucking outfit in the middle of there.
So, to bring back what Chris said about Marvel movies having, like, a whole cast of credits, it seems like there's only, like, 5 people that worked on the CG, it looked like. Like, it's like one name per row. And I was like, that's the CG team? No wonder it sucked.
As they were working on 2 other movies at the same time.
Says Johnny Young Bosch did all his own ninja stunt things because his stunt actor broke his leg during training. Paul Freeman drank black currant juice to keep his tongue looking purple.
Who was purple? Like, I don't remember seeing tongues being purple here. Okay.
The reason why Billy stopped wearing glasses was because David Yost requested Saban that he preferred not wearing them, and the fake lenses started to mess with his eyesight.
Now's the cast? Doesn't that usually come first?
This is the stunt
usually.
actors, I think. No, wait. This is the real actors? Yeah, this is the real actors.
These are real ones. Took him 7 hours in the makeup chair to become Ivan Ooze.
Whew.
That sucks. Doesn't look like it would take
It does
7 hours. It
look
looks like
like
it's
no.
just like a helmet and some spray paint.
So this movie was made in Australia. Yeah.
That makes sense. Australia usually does a lot of like budget cut kind of things.
And Jonathan, thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks for using your car.
And apparently the chick who played Kat on the show was originally Dulcea. And they thought that she was too young and recast her.
Probably was going to be illegal to look at.
Which is like a lot of this movie, probably. I don't think I've ever seen any deleted scenes out of this, but I'm sure they are awful.
See?
If they were even just like, yeah, we can't even put that in there, you know? It says it's the first time you've ever seen blood on Power Rangers when Tommy gets cut with the blade. Didn't even notice it.
I didn't notice that either. Also, this is the song that was used by Power Jet. I don't think they had any other hits.
It's probably like that Alan Smithy thing. They're not actually Powered Jet.
Yeah. Because it's a song based on Alpha 5. I wonder if they're going to make the remake of this song on the new Power Rangers.
I would have to tell you that these people are fictitious and anything similar to Living Dead didn't happen.
What? I'm going to call the THQ hotline and complain. Does that still exist? That's probably a sex line by now.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is the end of the credits. We're not popping up with any other end credit kind of sequences or anything.
Boo.
Yeah. We're not going to get any kind of hint for the next Power Rangers or anything like that.
Man, what am I going to do with myself?
Yeah. So let's take care of some plugs. Dace, what do you want to toss out there for people to check out?
Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DaceManShow, and check out thedacemanshow.com. Bam.
Cheng?
You can check out my rants on everythingaction.com and our Twitter page, EV Action.
Sean?
No.
That's his new Twitter account?
How do you spell that, sir?
Is that an A? Is that a G?
Pretty sure there's like a 4 in there somewhere.
Twitter is down below somewhere. Tony always puts it down there. And, yeah, that was Power Rangers.
As far as my side of things, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, share Fanboys Anonymous with your friends and family, and your Australian fathers, whatever the case may be. Stay tuned to the channel and the website for more, because the new Power Rangers movie is coming out soon, so you're going to be seeing a review for that when the time comes for that. But for now, that's going to do us in. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. It's time for us to geek out. Adios.